So here is another pair of ACG Mocs. This is in the Anthracite colorway, and originally I bought the Ocean Bliss colorway as well, but this one I wanted to check out because of the darker colorway. Really, it kind of goes with everything. And what I like about these is they're just kind of easy to wear and basically rock for sort of any kind of sort of recovery type activities, and also just sort of casually walking around. They'll keep you warm, and it's one of those probably like Mocs that you can kind of wear around in the house as well, and kind of especially when it's in the cold weather. So it has pretty good grip, so I won't say it's amazing, but it feels quite grippy, and it's kind of made out of that kind of Nike sort of grind material. And then you've got kind of this tie back loop, which basically allows you to kind of tighten up the shoe itself. So you don't really necessarily need to tighten it, in my opinion. It kind of sort of feels quite sort of secure anyway. And the kind of details with this is you're kind of using this sort of stretchy sort of material as well that I found, and then this kind of sort of dotted design on here as well. But it's also kind of quite sort of protective in terms of against sort of the elements, and obviously it being an ACG type shoe, it also says that it might be sort of slightly on the sort of waterproof side because it's using a kind of plasticky insole, and it's quite sort of thick and big as well. So, and basically walking around in these is sort of almost feels like barefoot. So that's kind of the size of the insole, and it's kind of giving you what most of the comfort in the shoe. It's a nice mock. So it's a nice mock, and it's a really cool design, but it's quite sort of expensive for what it is, I think. And if you can sort of grab them on sale, it's worth grabbing, and you know, just kind of give you sort of neutral sort of stepping really and walking around, an easy sort of wear really. Just if you don't want to think about what you're going to be wearing, just chuck these on and you're sort of good to go. And also especially good for driving as well, I guess. So here are the details for the ACG Moc Anthracite. It comes in a anthracite black and black colorway. So the anthracite is basically the dark grey colour, and it has a EVA sole, and it's made up of sort of all synthetic upper materials, and basically it feels slightly sort of rough to the touch, but very sort of warm and comfortable. And the price was £80. So in terms of comfort and sizing, these have a firm sole, so they don't really have much of a sole in all honesty, and they also have a flat arch. But the comfortability is kind of more in the sense of it's very neutral on foot, and almost feels like you're wearing kind of flip-flops or basically walking around barefoot, which is a nice feeling in my opinion. So sometimes you kind of need the reverse and be able to kind of basically just sometimes wear some footwear that's basically really sort of flat, and just feel like you're kind of basically walking around barefoot outside. And there's kind of no wearing time with these because of the sort of synthetic upper. It's good to go. I think the only bit of wearing time is probably the sole itself, to basically get sort of more sort of used to your foot. And you can go sort of true to size in these because it's a sort of slip-on. Most sort of slip-ons are kind of true to size anyway, so you should be okay with that. And I feel they have sort of average grip. I don't think they've got amazing grip, and they're good for sort of walking around in sort of casually really, but I won't be sort of doing any kind of hiking activities and that kind of stuff really. So in terms of the look and style, it's got a cool sort of classic sort of mock design anyways, and it's very simple and easy to rock, and it has a sort of simple colour palette in the sense of it's just all over grey, and they're good to sort of wear sort of springtime and autumn time and winter time. Autumn and winter you probably don't want to wear them in sort of snowy conditions, that kind of stuff, but they should be fine for most things. I'd be careful if it's very wet outside, but other than that, the grip is okay for that kind of stuff. And these ones, because they're simple and sort of easy to rock, you can just kind of dress up casual and maybe sort of even go towards the smart casual end because it's a plain sneaker. And in terms of the final thoughts, I like the fact that it's a sort of minimalist sneaker. Like, it's one of those things that you just sort of put on and not kind of to be too worried about, and it kind of matches with everything being sort of this dark grey colour, and basically the colour is simple anyway, so it's just like a one-tone colour, which is great and very understated and comfortable in a sense of there's no cushioning there, but it's more the fact that it just feels like you're walking barefoot. And the warmth, just so basically the quilted material on top is is very good for that, so it just keeps it all warm and cozy. The cons are, I think the cost is probably slightly too high at £80. Maybe it should be sort of lower. And the fact that is, it does have a flat sole. So if you're one of those people that needs a bit of support in terms of their arch, or have kind of sort of any kind of sort of foot issues, then you probably want to sort of steer clear of this and maybe go for something like the ACG Moc 3.5 if you're kind of after this kind of thing. So in terms of the ratings, I think the look and style, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. I think it's a nice looking sneaker, but it's not like a must have, and it's okay to sort of wear, I suppose, in terms of like, it's very much a sort of functional sneaker. And in terms of comfort, I'm going to give it a 4 because of the fact that it's kind of feels like you're just walking around barefoot, which is not a bad thing sometimes. And the quality, I'll give it a 3. It's just kind of really sort of synthetic material, so nothing sort of special here, and the outsole is kind of more sort of that rubber variety. And the pricing, I'll give it a 3 as well, so it's just priced probably a bit too high. I think around sort of the £55-60 mark would be good. But overall, I'll give this one a 4 because of the fact that it's just a dark grey colourway and it's sort of simple, and it's good to sort of just be out walking around casually in these and not have to sort of worry about laces and things like that.